So I saw Dallas Buyers Club and it was a pretty good movie. It's really interesting to see Matthew McConaughey get so many roles where he's actually able to play a character, when not too long ago he was only really in shit movies. But I'm glad he's grown out of that because he is a really good actor. Paired with a noteworthy performance from Jared Leto, it's understandable why this movie has a lot of Oscar attention. And you know what? I'm kinda glad that this movie is getting a bit of attention. People should be aware that money is often the swaying point for the FDA. Now, even though the presentation is a little formulated, the subject matter and the performances make this movie very interesting. The only thing that really bugged me was the last shot, which I'm not gonna spoil, don't worry. It just felt kinda awkward and unnecessary. It'll likely make my list for 2013, but I doubt it's a movie that I'll watch more than twice. Despite the subject matter being something that's not shown too often, the overall presentation made me feel that I've kind of seen this movie before. Now, I don't think that there was anything really technically wrong with it, so if this is your favorite movie at the end of the year, then good on you. But although I did consider this to be a better film than American Hustle, it still didn't strike me as particularly exceptional. The movie was consistently right where I expected it to be the whole time. There's no real shocks or surprises, but still, it's clear that effort was put in this film to make it better than most movies this year. I'd say check this one out and see for yourself, but I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. Hey guys, just giving you an update on the new YMS review. I'm sure you're all excited. I am too. It's gonna be real good. It's something that I was wanting to review since before I started doing the Walking Dead stuff. And now that I have a file, like it's out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I can edit it, now I'm making it. I expected that it would be like a regular YMS 20-minute length review. It's turning to be much longer, and it's going to be at least 45 minutes, probably over 50 minutes. But I'm trying to get the whole thing done for this month. If I can't get the whole thing done for this month, I can at least get the first half of it done for this month, and then I can make the actual pay cutoff for Patreon. If you're confused about what I'm talking about, then just click the link down below, because it's the only reason that I'm able to do this full time right now. It used to be that a 20-minute YMS review would take me 3 or 4 months. Now I'm pushing out that and much more within the course of 1 month, because this is my job now. And since this is my job, and since my patrons, you guys, well, not every single one of you, but you know who you are supporting me, I want to be as transparent as possible and not have any surprises. So that's why I'm making this video, just letting you know that there's a good chance that it'll be split into 2, but I'm not going to make you wait a month to see the second part. And if I do wind up splitting into, what I'm going to try and do is release the first part just on my website, just so it can be on the down low, so that when I do wind up putting part 1 on YouTube, which ideally will be as soon as part 2 is ready, then they can both come out at the same time. And then when there's like a decent amount of attention on the video, then it can all be directed to YouTube. Because even though I do have backup stuff on my website hosted through Springboard, right now I'm in the mindset that it's better to have those views on YouTube. The only real benefit to premiering my reviews on my website first is just so that I have an option if the copyright content ID system stuff takes a long time for YouTube, so that I can still get things out within the deadline of a month, even if YouTube's copyright system is like, burp, copyright, I'm gonna slow you down. You know, that way I at least am able to get the content out, and that if I'm getting money for content, you guys are still able to watch it within the time frame. So, it is going to be 2 parts most likely. Ideally, like even if I do release the whole thing this month, it's still going to be in 2 parts. But I'm going to try and release them as close together as possible. Also, Google Hangout for my $10 plus patrons is going to be on February 8th, 3 p.m. Pacific time, Saturday, 2014. One thing that I just found out last time is that Google caps the amount of people in a Hangout. It's something that I guess we might just have to deal with. I don't like the idea of someone pledging $10 for me, and even though it's not like people are paying $10 to hang out with me on a Google Hangout, people are paying money for the content, and that's a perk, right? But still, I don't like the idea of someone having the expectation or getting their hopes, or like even taking time off to attend it and then not being able to because it's full. So if anybody has any solutions to that, if I don't know, like it's a good program, because I've used sort of like web-based ones where it's mostly just chat and then one person's on video sort of thing, and a lot of the times they're laggy and they don't work very well. Google Hangout works well, but I don't like the cap, and it's frustrating because I don't like the idea of ripping people off. You guys are my source of income and my job, and I want to keep a good relationship with you guys and not be a dick, and I don't want to feel like I'm ripping people off. So if anybody has any solutions, if there's other programs that don't cap around that amount, we might just have to deal with it, and I feel horrible about it. And I mean, like, last month was the first time that it ever hit 10. So that's the only reason I just forgot or found out about it, is because someone was like, hey, I can't get in. They managed to get in later, but it was still kind of like, that kind of presents itself as a problem. You know, the guy that made Patreon, Jack Conte, or however you pronounce his name, that's one of his perks, is a Google Hangout. But I never would have imagined that it's as simple as just like, oop, there's already 10 people, better luck next time. We might have to deal with it. That might have to be what continues to happen, but I guess now you guys know about it as well as me. Also, the Razzie Awards, it's like the Oscars, except they pick the worst movies of the year, and it's not as professional and not televised. They're having an Indiegogo campaign, so they can televise or stream their 2015 awards show. I donated $10, so if you guys feel like donating, donate there. No, they're not paying me to say this, but I think that it's important to have people call out movies that are bad. And even though their choices are probably ones that I don't agree with, you know, it's as much of a business as the Oscars, as in, even if you think something's the worst or best movie of the whole year, if nobody's seen it, you're not going to pick it, because you need to have some sort of, like, attendance or viewership in order to be relevant. And if it's all a bunch of movies that no one knows about, then no one's going to watch and no one's going to pay attention or look up. Anyway, it's the fucking Razzies, you know? The Razzies need to keep existing, even if they're not, like, entirely accurate as to what the worst movie of the year is. If you want a hint on what my next YMS review is, it's got at least one Razzie nomination for this year. Anyway, I'm sure you guys will love this next YMS coming out. It is one of my better ones. And again, I expected it to be short and it just turned out to be long. So the one that I do after this one, I'm actually going to take a easier target and make something that's like 20 minutes. And that way I can also, during that month, I can watch the shit tons of movies that I need to make my 2012 list. 2012, right? Why aren't I making my 2013 list? Maybe you should check out some of my top 10 of the year videos and you'll find out, because I explain it in every single one. Anyway, yeah, the 2012 one will probably come out in, like, April. I'm just rambling, but you guys are awesome, and thanks for helping me out and helping me do this full time. I said everything I needed to. Bye!